Hey everybody, good morning. Happy Monday to you all. Your man Omid here with you once again. Action packed week coming up for us in real estate and finance. And I'm happy to be here to tell you about it. Okay, so sorry I'm a day late. I was out with a bunch of buddies. We do this once a year where we pick a destination and we go down. So if you're a motorsports enthusiast of any kind, I highly recommend going down to the Dulles in Oregon, and there's some magnificent roads and magnificent track-like conditions all around the mountains and some beautiful scenery. So this is what I've been up to for the last 4 or 5 days, and it's been absolutely fantastic. So hope that if you get a chance to do that, go do that because you'll love it. All right, what's going on in the market for today? Well, we're trading in a very tight range, and I'll tell you why we're trading in a tight range, because everybody's waiting on bated breath on what's going to happen this week, especially with the Federal Reserve's meetings that kick off today and the announcement for tomorrow. Okay, so what does this give us for rates right now? Kind of a holding pattern: 6.89 last week, 6.81 this week. Not anything significant. All right. The one thing that I keep getting on a regular basis is folks that are calling and saying, "Hey, look, we're gonna wait because this feels to us like it's gonna turn into a buyer's market," and perhaps and maybe, but let's keep this in mind. Currently, we have about 4.1, 4.2 months of inventory sitting around. A balanced market is 6 months of inventory, and anything over 6 months of inventory is a buyer's market. However, we can see here from CNBC, on an article that they released, I believe, on Friday, was that there is, it can be tricky for you to be able to peg if that's the case or not, if this is a buyer's market or not. So I put this together for you. So I'm going to go through this for you really quick. So number one, homes are lingering on the market longer than they used to, right? 64% of the homes that are in June have been listed for 30 days or longer. I personally have some projects that we've worked on who've been on the market for 30 days or longer. So that's absolutely correct. I think that buyers are being more picky than they were before, and especially because they don't feel like there's a gun to their head to perform, they're starting to take their time. Now, the one second thing that we're seeing is buyers are backing out. So this article from Redfin says that 56,000 homes were canceled in June. That's a really large number. And as I started to kind of dig into what's happening with that and why, one of the things that stands out is the buyers are not getting educated highly enough and understanding their budgeting needs well enough to be able to make a solid decision that's sticky and not necessarily one that's being made on the fly and then backing out of it after they go home and talk to Uncle Joe, who gives them some advice one way or the other about what he did in 1984 when he bought his first house for $25. So tongue in cheek there, but for sure, educating our buyers. So if you're a realtor, if you're a builder on this call, if you're a consumer watching this, get yourself educated. Figure out exactly what your budget is. Talk to your loan officer. Pick up the phone and call your insurance agent. Insurance costs are up significantly from last year. And if you're a borderline, 43, 44% debt to income ratio person, and now all of a sudden you go and get your insurance, and your insurance that was supposed to be $65 a month, or you thought, comes back at 100 and some odd dollars and blows that, that's one of the things that's happening here. So get your buyers prepared. Buyers, get yourself prepared. So number three here, sellers have more competition. Certainly there's more listings. Not that much more, but it just feels like it's a lot more, right? So 3.1% up from May and 23% more listings from a year ago this time. That sounds about right. There are more homes on the market for sure. Okay, so last but certainly not least, this is an important one. Sellers are cutting prices. This study, according to Redfin, shows that 1 in 5 sellers, so about 20%, dropped their listing price in June. And that's up from 14% from the year before. Now, year before, interest rates were a little bit lower at this point in time, so that's probably has something to do with it, along with the rest of what's happening here. Home builders are also trying to attract home buyers. They are showing about a 31% of the builders out there are cutting their price, and that's up from 29% in June. So this is the right time for you as a home buyer to buy a house, but do yourselves a favor. Don't wait for additional price drops, because typically speaking, a person's got a loan that they're trying to pay off. A builder's got a loan underneath that they're trying to pay off. It's not this endless bucket of let me take a loss and give my house for free. That won't happen. So approach that seller that has reduced their price. They're probably motivated, and maybe ask for 10, 15, 20 grand in concessions. Remember that $10,000 that you get off purchase price saves you $65 a month. Great, good. But if you get yourself that $10,000, $15,000, that'll buy you a 2-1 buy down, and they'll save you $400, $500, $600 a month, right? So 65, 70 bucks a month, 400, 500 bucks a month. You pick. All right. So this was important. I'm glad that we were able to find it for you. Now, action pack week, JOLTS, which is the job opening labor turnover statistics, down 10% over year. This shows weakness to me in the hiring market, right? People aren't being poached as often. To back that up, quits rates are also lower at 2.1%. This is the lowest quits rates that we've seen since 2018, right? So this is going to be an interesting thing to watch as the employment kind of starts to shrink a little bit and starting to tighten up. These are signs that that recessionary environment that we've all been waiting on is getting closer and closer. As existing home sales, Case-Shiller shows month over month is up 0.3%. That's no surprise. Year over year, 5.9% nationally. FHFA home price index. FHFA is the entity of government that runs Fannie and Freddie. So basically, these are conventionally backed mortgages on properties. That's up 5.7% year over year. Flat month over month. That has a lot to do with some of the stuff that's going on. Wednesday, rate decision is going to be announced at 2:30 Eastern. This is where the Federal Reserve is going to meet. I would be so incredibly surprised if they say anything about lowering the rates tomorrow, like immediately in their August meeting. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to see a Fed funds rate reduction sometime in September, now that it's not as closely tied into what's going to be happening with the elections with Joe Biden out and Kamala in. ADP jobs report is going to be sent out tomorrow as well. I'm estimating that at about 150,000. Pending home sales and mortgage applications also. Now Thursday, a couple of big things coming up. Initial jobless claims, that's going to be big, and as well as the BLS jobs report. Any of you who watch this channel, you guys know that this thing's been full of BS for a long time. So as long as this report here doesn't come out and breathe fire and destroy everything by saying that the economy is super strong, we should have a great run at mortgage rates and see things go down. But I've seen it go completely the other way, so it's a complete toss-up at this point. Okay, so that's it for this week's installment. As always, please subscribe and share and like. Send this to one person that you love and care for. Let them understand how things work in the financial sector of the world. We don't nearly have enough financial education in our country, and we need more. Okay. As always, just a phone call away if you need anything. Otherwise, have a fantastic week and subscribe to my Instagram channel. We'll give you quick little 20-second stories, updates as all these things kind of show themselves this week. Okay. Chat with you soon.